Becoming a good medical student is not just about mastering textbooks. It's about developing this discipline, curiosity, and compassion that will shape you in a capable future doctor. When I first started medical school, I thought being a good medical student meant spending every waking hour with my nose in a textbook. But pretty quickly, I learned the success in medical school is not just about grades or how many flashcards you can get through in a day. It's about learning how to manage your time, take care of your mental health, stay genuinely curious, and build habits that will carry you not just through the exam but through your entire career. I'll tell you about how to become an excellent medical student and master this field. First and the foremost thing is your sleep. This is not a luxury, it's a requirement for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. So your goal should be 7 to 8 hours per night. Protect your sleep schedule. A solid sleep schedule is crucial for medical students, not just for health but for memory, learning, and performance. So it should be realistic and sustainable. Stick to a schedule even on weekend. Don't sleep in too long. Wind down, no screen or study in the last 30 to 60 minutes. Light control, dim the lights in the room in which you are sleeping at night. Get sunlight in the morning and avoid caffeine after 2 to 3 p.m. Exercise daily uh, if it is possible, but not late night. And if you are getting some warning signs like constant fatigue or brain fog, poor memory retention, heavy reliance on caffeine, and feeling irritable, you should need more sleep. Thing is the most important thing also. It is nutrition. Fuel your brain, and your goal should be regular meals with a balanced protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats. And side by side, you should stay hydrated. Your brain will function better. Nutrition is one of those things that's easy to neglect when you're constantly juggling lectures, clinicals, and study session, but it makes a huge difference. When I was in a medical school, I have learned that surviving on caffeine and vending machine snacks only leads to brain fog, irritability, and energy crashes. Making time for real meals, even just simple balanced ones, helps me focus better, retain more, and feel like I'm actually taking care of myself, not just my grades. The next thing is building concepts. Understand, don't just memorize. Try to grasp the underlying physiology, pathology, and pharmacology. For example, understanding why beta blockers lower heart rate is more powerful and lasting than just memorizing the side effects. One of the biggest lessons I have learned is that memorizing facts is will only get you so far. Building real concept is what actually helps things stick. In the beginning, I wasted so much time trying to cram details, but once I started focusing on the bigger picture, how system connect, how pathology disrupt normal function, how one drug can affect multiple organs, it all started to make more sense. Deep understanding not only helps in exams but make clinical reasoning so much easier later on. The next thing is the master the art of learning, the how. Medical school is a firehouse of information. Efficient learning is non-negotiable. You have to do active recalls over passive review. Don't just reread notes or highlight. Actively test yourself. If I had to pick one study method that truly changed the game for me, it would be active recall. At first, I didn't really get it. I thought rereading and highlighting were enough. But once I started forcing myself to actually retrieve information from memory, whether through flashcard, practice question, or just closing the book and explaining a concept out loud, I noticed a huge improvement in how well I retained things. It is uncomfortable at first, but the struggle is where real learning happens. One of the most important thing is building strong relationship with your classmates. You should collaborate, don't compete with them. Share resources and quiz each other. You will learn immensely from teaching your classmates. Medical school can feel overwhelming, but having the right people around you make a huge difference. I have learned that building good relationship with classmates is not just about having study buddies. It's about creating a support system. These are the people who understand exactly what you are going through, who will share notes when you miss a lecture, quiz you before exam, and pick you up when you are burned out. Some of the best lessons I have learned didn't come from the textbook. They come from the late night group studies, honest conversation, and shared struggle with the people beside me. One more thing is time management and boundaries. Schedule your break. Literally block out time for meals, exercise, and relaxation in your calendar. Learn to say no. One of the hardest but most valuable lessons I have learned in medical school is how to manage my time, and sometimes it means learning to say no. At first, I said yes to everything, every event, every group, every project, every plan with friends, every extra responsibility. I thought that's what being productive looked like. But eventually, I realized that stretching myself to too thin was only making me exhausted and less effective. Saying no doesn't mean you are lazy or selfish, it means you know your limits and respect your priorities. Time is limited, and protecting it is part of taking care of yourself. The best thing for your mental health is nurture family relationship. Keep in regular contact with family members who support you. Sometime in the chaos of medical school, it's easy to get so wrapped up in deadlines, exam, clinicals that you start drifting away from the people who have supported you from the beginning, your family. I have learned that staying connected even in small ways make a huge difference. A quick call during a break, sharing a win, or just being present when you're home can help keep those bonds strong. At the end of the day, medicine is not about caring for others, but we can't forget to care for those who have cared for us all along. The next thing is fulfill your spiritual need. This is the most important thing: meditation, 5 time prayer, Quran, listening Islamic lectures, discussing Islamic history with your friends, love yourself, love the people around you. Staying connected to the faith through the regular prayers and reading the Quran has been a source of incredible strength for me. Whenever I used to feel stressed, overwhelmed, those moments of spiritual reflection help me reset, find clarity, and remind myself of the bigger purpose behind all that hard work. Whether it is quick prayer before an exam or quiet time with the Quran after a long day, nurturing that connection has kept me grounded and motivated. So, bye bye. Love yourself, love the people around you. Thank you for listening.